We obviously become invisible at a certain age, right? Women are not allowed to age.
What is wrong with these dating apps these days?
A lot of women say that they feel invisible in the workplace, and there's a real double standard at play here.
Men are exiting the dating scene by the thousands.
Men are exiting the dating scene, but it was a decision they were forced to make.
Let's talk about the bare minimum, and then I'm going to tell you what you should really be expecting.
I'm going to give you a little advice. Whatever you do, don't date the pretty man.
So let's talk about feeling invisible after the age of 40.
Many women around that age lose the male gaze they used to get, and it really gets to them. Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
What is wrong with these dating apps these days? Most of the guys are just fake on it.
You ever meet somebody and wonder why they're single? Cut to a week later, you find out why they're single. Rinse and repeat. That's basically dating in your 40s. We all single for a reason, guys.
Men are exiting the dating scene by the thousands. Why? Because they're tired of angry women who are trying to make them pay for mistakes they didn't make. Men are saying they prefer their peace over a piece. Think I'm overreacting? Go read the comments.
Dating today is like having a second job with bad benefits. Most women don't care. Blaming men is easier than being accountable for their choices. I will see myself out. Dating today is just adopting an entitled adult, not overreacting. I'm tired of paying for the mistakes all their exes made. Well, of course, men are exiting the dating scene by the thousands. If you just take a look at what dating has become, anyone with common sense can understand why. The bottom line is that the majority of men have decided it's time to stop entertaining entitled, loud, and disrespectful women. Modern women have become the most entitled generation in history, and it's only getting worse by the day. Many believe they deserve the world simply for existing, bringing nothing to the table but demands. Add to that the arrogance, the masculine energy, the obsession with social media validation, and the attitude that men should feel lucky just to be in their presence. And it's no wonder men are saying, no thanks. The truth is, a lot of men are no longer willing to fight for women who don't respect them, who treat relationships like transactions, and who think being strong and independent means being combative and condescending.
I'm going to give you a little advice. Whatever you do, don't date the pretty man. There's too much competition. Find a decent-looking man with a good heart. I'm telling you, you will save yourself so much headache. I mean, would you rather be a big fish in a little pond or a little fish in a big pond? You know what I mean? You want to be the big fish, so you can kind of have your pick. Looks fade anyway. We're all going to get older. Every single one of us. You're not going to have the same body. You're not going to have the same face, but you're going to have the same heart.
Hey, Gen X women, are we being punked? Like, totally, make it make sense. I know you, I don't know this. Do you feel this too? We obviously become invisible at a certain age, right? Women are not allowed to age. I mean, that is like an unforgivable offense, right? We're not allowed to age, right? Society tells us that. We're not allowed to age. We're not allowed to be mere mortal human beings, right? It's total. We're invalidated. We're devalued. All the things. We're told we're old. All the shit, right? At the same time, I also kind of enjoy this strange kind of relief in being invisible, right? Leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Please do underestimate me. I don't care. And please ignore me. Like, that is fine with me, but help me make it make sense. Like, we're both invisible and a target at the same time. Like, I feel like we're being punked. Seriously. Anybody else?
Well, that's a lie. Society never told women they aren't allowed to age. Aging is natural. It happens to everyone. What's really happening is that many women are waking up to the reality that once they hit a certain age, they begin to feel invisible, especially in the dating world. The attention they once received starts to fade, and that's not because society is punishing them, but because men's preferences don't change. Women do. She also mentions that women are both invisible and a target. But a target to what exactly? Accountability? Reality? Because no one's stopping older women from living their lives. What's really being said is that they don't like how men no longer see them as the center of attention or the first choice in dating. And the target narrative often comes up when people criticize certain behaviors, like entitlement, bitterness, or delusion, not simply aging.
A lot of women say that they feel invisible in the workplace, and there's a real double standard at play here, because when men age, they are typically seen as the silver fox or somebody with experience, authority, with gravitas, and women can sometimes be seen as a little bit past it.
I let a man for 10 years give me the bare fucking minimum. Don't be a victim to this, ladies. Don't let a man give you the bare minimum and stay. My mistake. Know your fucking worth. Love yourself. Only love yourself before you're truly ready to jump into a serious fucking relationship. This part of my life, I'm focusing on healing myself, having fun, and just loving myself truly.
All the women, or a lot of the women, were talking about how they had felt invisible and now they felt seen and valued again. Okay, can we please normalize women over 35 feeling valued? I mean, think about this for a minute. Gary has wrinkles. Gary has hearing aids. Gary is the golden bachelor. He's got 12 women chasing him. So can we just, can anybody say double standard?
Well, the very reason why 12+ women are chasing Gary now is because he's worked on himself and improved in every area of his life, physically, financially, mentally, emotionally. He's become the kind of man who brings value, confidence, and stability to the table. So, of course, he's going to have more options as he gets older, especially compared to a woman, because men and women peak at different stages in life. It's not really a double standard. It's just biology and reality. Men look for beauty, femininity, peace, and loyalty, qualities that are often associated with youth. Women, on the other hand, look for strength, success, protection, and leadership, qualities that men grow into over time. So while a woman's options tend to decline as she ages, especially if she's been riding the carousel or focused solely on career and independence, a man's options often increase because he becomes what women want later in life.
Okay, let's talk about something right now. People are asking me, how's the dating going? Dating over 50. Want to know how it's going? It's a fucking shit show. It's a shit show. Is there anybody normal? Is there anybody normal? They're either an alcoholic, a drug addict, they hate their mother. Who hates their mother? A lot of fucking guys hate their mother. I don't know. Con artist. I don't know. I think I'm going to be celibate. I'm giving up. Like, what the fuck is going on? I can't take it. Help.
Let me tell you something about women. Might be controversial. Women want what other women have, especially when it comes to men. That's why I don't like going with my man to work events where his other women people are around, because if they see me walk in with him, I'm hot, I'm all dolled up, whatever, they're gonna start thinking, he must got it going on. And then that's how you get a work wife. I'm not with the shits, okay? Women want what other women have. Women want, even if they didn't want them before, even if they didn't find them attractive before. Trust.
I do agree with that. Women do want what other women have. It's a real thing. A lot of times when a woman sees a couple, especially if the man is attractive, successful, or just carries himself well, her first thought isn't, I'm happy for them. It's, what's he doing with her? In her mind, she believes the woman he's with doesn't deserve him. She thinks she could do better, look better, treat him better, even if she has no idea what that couple's relationship is actually like. It's rooted in competition and comparison. Instead of building something real of her own, she's eyeing someone else's man, assuming he'd be happier with her just because she sees herself as an upgrade. And this mentality isn't even about love. It's about validation and ego. It's about proving she can take what another woman has, or that she's more desirable. That's why some women only chase a man once they know he's taken. Because if another woman wants him, he must be valuable.
Delete your dating apps. I don't use dating apps, and I'll tell you why. It's because your life's mission should not be to find another person. You do not need a relationship to validate your own existence, okay? Center your life around you. Stop going on 4 dates a week. It's just emotionally draining you, and it's making you actually feel more lonely, which is what these dating apps want you to feel. Even though they market that they want you to find a person, why would they want you to find a person? They want you to stay on their app. That's how they make money, okay? They feed off of your loneliness. Stop. You are enough on your own. If one day you do get married and decide to grow old with somebody, you're going to miss the time you had by yourself. Have faith in the universe, wait for it to provide, and delete your dating apps. I promise you'll feel better.
Dating after divorce keeps coming up in my community, so let's talk about it. I'm not a dating coach or a dating expert, but I'm obsessed with this topic because I was in a 20-year ministry marriage that came out of a Duggar-style courtship. If you've ever watched Shiny Happy People, it was similar to that. So after my divorce, when I started dating for the first time at 43, I was such a babe in the woods. I just wanted to break it down and analyze it and figure out what makes this work, what makes successful dating, especially after divorce. The first thing you have to do is let go of the idea that all the good ones are taken or there are no good men out there. Because if you come into dating with that kind of limiting belief, you've sabotaged yourself before you've even gotten started. Confirmation bias is going to take over, and when you have a few bad experiences, then you're going to be like, see, all the good ones are gone. There are good men out there. I will say that a lot of men are divorced for a reason, and abusers and avoidant attachers are very overrepresented in the dating world. If we say there are no good men, then we're saying that women are never at fault in the demise of a relationship, and that's just not true. There are plenty of men who've been discarded by toxic women, or maybe their relationship ended for another reason. And I believe that there are some safeguards that we can put in place to kind of filter out the bad ones and find the good ones more quickly, because they're definitely out there, and I've been in a relationship with one for 2 years now. So do what you need to do to shift that belief.
There are definitely good men out there. Men who are loyal, respectful, hardworking, and genuinely want to build something real. But sadly, many of these good men have been overlooked, used, or outright discarded by toxic women. The type of women who confuse emotional chaos with passion, who push away stability because they're addicted to drama. The reality is, some of these women are operating from a place of unresolved trauma and a string of bad decisions. They've been hurt, betrayed, or abandoned in the past, and instead of healing, they carry that pain into every new situation. So when they come across a good man, they don't know what to do with him. And let's be real. Some of these women have been in toxic cycles for so long, they've started to mistake dysfunction for connection. It's a cycle, and until some women face their trauma, take accountability, and stop punishing good men for the mistakes of others, they'll keep pushing away the very thing they claim to be looking for.
I'm just not made out for dating nowadays. In 2022, it's just full of people that just want a friends with benefits or a unicorn to, have fun with on the side. Everybody's non-monogamous. I just don't know how to do it nowadays. Whatever happened to people that were looking for an outcome to be in a relationship with someone? Everybody's always looking for something better. And they're okay with wasting your time, and telling you that they're interested in a relationship when really they have like multiple people they're sleeping with. And I'm not cut out for this anymore. So I guess I better be comfortable with staying alone for the rest of my life. I might as well join a convent and become a nun at this point.
Why I do not date in 2025. What the I just got home. Coming in and asking me to go out with him. Please go to dinner with me. Please go to dinner with me. So finally today I was like, okay, where do you want to go? And he names this place. So I'm like, Okay, bet, but I have to go all the way home and I've got to come back. So now I drove an hour and 10 minutes back to meet him. We sat down, everything's chill. He picks a very expensive restaurant. I'm unimpressed. I've been there before. It's all right. Like, it's 2025. So she's like, how do I split the check? And he's like, yeah, you can just split it. Did I hear you right? What the fuck did you? I know you fucking lying. Like, I know you fucking lying. What? Never in all my years has that shit happened. Never. Now, my daddy didn't raise no fool. My daddy said, don't never sit down to eat unless you can pay your bill times 2. Okay? Don't ever. So it's not that I had the money. It's that I've never had somebody do that shit to me. So I sat there for a minute, like, kind of like, are you being for real? Like, did this motherfucker really say split the check? Like, I said, you know what? I'm good. I'm gonna go. And he's like, oh, what? Is everything okay? No, sir, everything is not okay. Are you okay? Are you okay? That's the question. Because you just tried the shit out of me, bro. Like, I can't believe you said split the check. Nah, I'm good. I'm out. I'm leaving. I just got up and left. No. Oh my God. No, I'm done. I'm so done. Never again.
I'm not really sure what the big deal is. You're upset because he said he wanted to split the bill for the meal both of you ate. Let's be real, that man isn't your boyfriend. He's not someone you're in a committed relationship with, and you're not actively dating. He doesn't owe you anything. You agreed to meet up, have a conversation, and get to know each other, not to have him sponsor your dinner. It's wild how some women treat a simple meetup like it's a reward they're entitled to, just for showing up. Also, let me be clear, if I invite someone out, then yes, I'll pay. That's just how I move. If I extend the invitation, I'm taking the lead and covering the cost. But that rule doesn't apply to all men, and it shouldn't be expected to. Not every man is comfortable doing for someone he's just getting to know, and that's completely valid. That's why he said, let's go to dinner. It wasn't a romantic commitment. It was a chance to talk, vibe, and see if there's even a connection. And honestly, I'm sure he learned something from that experience. He probably realized that some people show up expecting perks and benefits just for being there, without offering any energy, effort, or genuine interest in return.